I've done several jobs at different points of my life, and I know how it feels to get frustrated, to get bullied, to get belittled in the workplace, and the kind of feelings that it gives rise to. I've had some realizations with respect to this particular topic, and today I wish to share it with you. Whenever we think of job or we are doing something, there is a need to feel fulfilled, okay, to creatively feel fulfilled or mental health wise. There is one thing that I realized, that a job is only a job. That is why it is called a job, okay, and I will explain what it means. It is only a means to an end. It can never give you creative satisfaction, it can never give you fulfillment. Okay, for that you will have to have a separate side hustle, something where you are the focus or you are in control of the situation. I realized this when there were several things that I was just reflecting on as far as my career is concerned. I think we have too many expectations when it comes to a job, that it should be certain this, it should be of certain caliber, but most jobs do not test your caliber. Okay, it's like if you have to go from A to B, okay, how you go to B, it doesn't matter. The point is to take the shortest route from A to B, okay, and that is what is meant by job. If while going from point A to point B, you want to explore several things, you want to earn money, you want to earn recognition, that for that there is a separate route, but a job will never guarantee that. This I have seen from my experience as well as from the experience of different colleagues that I've worked with, who have been in much better positions than I was, and everywhere it's the same story. There is a term called as displacement, and I have not coined it. If you have heard of somebody called as Sigmund Freud, who has done much contribution in the field of psychology, whenever there is any kind of frustration in a job, if you don't address it, whatever it is, for various reasons, then that frustration tends to come out on something that has happened in your home or in something else. For example, if say suppose there is an argument with your boss or something, some kind of tiff which is going on, and you come home and your child does something very silly, then otherwise you might have not scolded that poor person, but in the heat of the moment you tend to transfer the emotion from there to here, and this is a well recognized fact. And if the trend continues, then this displacement continues to a large extent, and it's possible for it to even break a family. I know of several people who could not deal with whatever that was going on in a job. They didn't leave it, they continued, and it affected their family life to such an extent that they had to go for a divorce. So these are some of the things which seem minor, but it can actually affect and it can work negatively. Learning to have difficult conversations, and I have seen this myself and I've experienced it. When there is somebody in position of power, you tend to hold back from having difficult conversations in whatever fear or whatever that person is. There has to be an outlet for these kinds of emotions. I have seen some people, when they are frustrated or getting angry or whatever with their bosses or whatever the situation is, they will lower the performance and do bare minimum, which will help them to get their salaries, but so that they don't get fired, but that resentment is that I won't do more. Now in such kind of situation, already when you are performing below your optimum level and you are not giving your best, that frustration is there inside, that guilt is there inside. So it's not that this is a complete solution, it is not a solution. It may work temporarily, but in the long term it will give some kind of side effect. I know one person who, in the heat of the argument, just planned to give a resignation, but the decisions, if you take it in a panic, it's from that impulse decision, so it may not work in the favor. Okay, so the best thing is to let the situation cool down if it's a heated debate or anything, or if it's something is boiling inside, then it's best to get it out in the meeting or any kind of other situation. We keep telling ourselves a story, whether it is a good story or a bad story, that is a different debate altogether. But subconsciously, whatever we have understood from the situation, we keep telling ourselves that. So the decisions you make is based on the story you tell yourself, which may or may not be a fact, and that is the key point, which may or may not be a key fact. First thing to analyze is whatever you are feeling, it's valid for you, but is it the fact that is actually happening? Are things so bad that you cannot live? Are things so worse that you cannot survive? There are several books on showing empathy to others, to be kind to others, but I feel we don't have enough kindness to ourselves. Knowing your triggers and what are the non-negotiables. Okay, if something non-negotiable is happening, then there is no other option but to quit the job. Understanding that there are a lot of other avenues which are opening. We are on the verge of 2023 starting. It's December 2022 as of now that I'm filming this, and there are so many opportunities which have opened. COVID has opened one plethora of services and opportunities online. Now that things are coming back to normalcy, there are several things which are opening up, and you will find some way or the other. Here the most important thing is to understand what triggers you more and how you can deal with it. For me, getting micromanaged is a major trigger, and I just cannot take it from anyone, whoever it is and whatever be their position. So I'm sure you must be having something that you just cannot take from anybody. So if it is something, then if it's getting violated, then is it even worth staying in that place? That is a question that I want you to ask yourself. Responding versus reacting. And this is something that I have learned in my PhD. Most of the times our decisions or the reactions that we give are impulsive, and this may aggravate the situation. There are a few things that are going on, then can a step back be taken and evaluated or further in time? Time may not heal everything, but it will definitely give you time to think and to ponder and start something. If you have the hunger to go to the next level, then starting something side by side, whatever it is, however small it is, can help in diverting your attention. This YouTube channel is a result of my frustration in my own PhD. People start YouTube for creative expression, for money, and all those reasons are there, but the major reason for me in starting this particular channel has been the kind of things that were going on which were not making me happy, and it was kind of pulling down. So I wanted something else where I could focus my energy till the time these things which were the turmoil that was going on, that could settle a little bit. So what is that thing that is causing you most frustration? How have you contributed to this frustration? How have others contributed to this kind of frustration? Now you may have a particular view of this story. What is the view of the other person? How others are viewing this particular thing? You may get, when you listen to others' opinions, you may get something that missing link that was there. Are you worried about the outcome, or are you worried about something that it will go out of your control, that you will lose control over the situation? What is that particular thing that you are worried about? What have you done to resolve it? There must be something, some action, something that you have taken or you might want to take. If you don't know the answer to this question, then you might want to ask others and see what is their perspective. It need not be correct, but it will give you a different perspective altogether. When I was doing, that was my first job. I have done a detailed video about that in case you wish to see. So when I was doing that, I decided to clear NET exam. My preparation was going on, but it was not intense. But after the experiences that I've had that time, I thought the way I have to go get out of this is not to get thrown out, but to choose another level for myself. And that's when I cleared NET, and I cleared it well. You think about the next level that you want to attain. If something is frustrating, you don't want to continue, but if you don't continue, then what will you do? So that plan should be there, and you should be starting to act on that. Okay, it's not that you will leave the job, then you don't know what you are doing, then your salary has stopped and you take all the decisions in panic mode. So it should not happen like that. So think about going to the next level. If for some time you have to bear this, and if you can bear it, you can continue, but you side by side you start with your plan B that is going on, and once it's stabilized, automatically you are free to leave this. I hope today's video has helped you. Till the next video, bye.